You ever meet someone who's perfect on paper, but your chest whispers, "Not yet"? Ignore that whisper, and the price isn't a weekend. It's years of attention you won't get back, months of emotional energy, and maybe a piece of your self-respect. Here's the truth. People reveal the story of their past without meaning to. Timing, boundaries, and how they use closeness. Those clues speak louder than words. I'm about to show you 8 hidden signs she's slept with a lot of men. And the fourth is the most dangerous manipulation tactic I've ever seen. Because it looks like generosity, while it quietly buys your silence. I see these patterns every week with clients. Smart men who ignored small tells because the beginning felt electric. Don't be that guy. Spot the patterns early and you free yourself to build something that actually works for you. Subscribe and write one line in the comments about a moment you sensed something was off. No names, just the moment. Your line might be the flashlight another man needs. In a second, I'll reveal the first sign, and most men mistake it for a good thing. Number 1, she's too comfortable with intimacy too soon. You meet, the room hums, and within days, sometimes hours, closeness is treated like ordering coffee. It looks like confidence. Often it's erosion. A woman who values connection carries a natural barrier, not prudishness, but reverence. Real closeness builds over time. Trust, vulnerability, investment. When that barrier is gone, it usually means it's been crossed so many times it stopped feeling like a barrier at all. Watch the little tells. Does she slow down before crossing the line? Blush when the moment turns intimate? Show any flicker of vulnerability? Or does she glide through like she's run this scene 1,000 times, casually brushing your knee, angling the light, dialing the chemistry with practiced timing? That's not rare magic, that's muscle memory. The danger is simple. You'll confuse instant access with genuine choice. The bond you think you're building feels weak later because the glue, emotional exclusivity, never showed up. Number 2, she carries a permanent emotional wall. She's warm, quick, maybe even vulnerable in the way that scans well. But try to turn the knob one click deeper. How did your last breakup change the way you show up? What pattern do you catch yourself repeating? And the conversation slides off like rain on glass. You're not meeting her. You're touring the foyer. This isn't healthy boundaries. Boundaries protect both of you while intimacy grows. This is a fortress built after too many collisions. Here's where good men get hurt. You share first, hoping it invites her out. She responds warmly, but without matching depth. She reacts. She doesn't reciprocate. Weeks turn into months and you realize you've been pouring into something capped by design. When conflict hits, the wall becomes steel, shutdown, disappearance, or it just doesn't feel right. You didn't imagine the distance. You dated a performance of closeness. Number 3, she has an overcrowded male network. They're just friends can be true. But a phone that lights up all day with men you've never met, exes who are like family now, late-night colleagues who only text after their shift, a gym buddy sending selfies at 12:41 a.m. That isn't kindness. It's a validation loop. Constant attention keeps the system buzzing, so no single bond has to deepen. Another tell, female friendships are thin or strained because deep friendships with women demand reciprocity and accountability. The very muscles that atrophy when most dopamine comes from quick hits of male attention. You don't need audits. Ask one principle and watch action. No late-night access for the past, and we introduce the key people in our lives. Builders simplify. Roster managers ask you to be secure while they never close a door. If being with you requires 0 lines, you're not being chosen, you're being added. Number 4, she uses intimacy as currency. This one hooks smart men because it arrives dressed as relief. Tension rises. Maybe you said no, maybe you named a mismatch between words and actions. Suddenly, the weather clears. Her tone softens, hands reach, and the storm dissolves without repair. Your body reads that relief as proof everything's fine. Watch the timing over a month. If closeness appears exactly when it can buy silence and vanishes exactly when it can punish, love has been replaced by a ledger. Flip side. When she's displeased, intimacy is withheld not as an honest "I'm not available," but as a lever. That's not intuition. It's strategy learned in high turnover. Your move isn't counter-withholding. It's clarity before the next transaction. I don't buy peace with intimacy. We repair in words and then come back to each other. If that's labeled cold, you just found the leverage she doesn't want to lose. Quick heads up, don't click away. The next sign is the one most men confuse with passion. If you've ever felt perfectly understood on day 2 and strangely off balance by day 10, this will make the pattern obvious. Number 5. She has mastered the art of reading and managing men. There's a difference between understanding and studying. After enough partners across enough types, some people develop a rapid diagnostic map. Where your pride lives, where the hairline cracks run. On Tuesday, she praises the exact trait you wish more people noticed. On Thursday, there's a micro-silence when you don't bend, and you find yourself chasing the warm version of her. It feels like intimacy. It's calibration. Real understanding has rough edges, misreads, small apologies, course corrections. When praise and distance arrive with metronomic timing, you're not in love. You're in a training loop. Test for steadiness. I like how tuned in you are. Let's keep it warm and consistent, not high and low. If warmth stays when you hold your ground, you're safe. If warmth shows up only as a reward for compliance, you're being managed. Number 6. There's no sense of sacred around private things. This isn't moral policing. It's reverence. When intimate stories are told like travel anecdotes, when explicit details are public currency, it signals repetition more than freedom. What's been done often stops feeling rare, and what isn't rare rarely becomes sacred. Ask for a circle around your shared life. A caring answer sounds like, "That's fair. What matters to you stays with me." A deflection into "you're insecure" tells you exactly how your privacy will fare when the group chat is listening. Number 7. A history of short arcs that all look the same. Bright beginning, speed, collapse, clean exit, next name, same arc. Real partnership is built after the fireworks, errands, flu season, long Tuesdays. Invite ordinary early. Say, "I want to see our quiet. Can we try a night with no show to put on?" If ordinary can't happen, extraordinary won't last. Number 8. Standards that move with the mood. No sleepovers until exclusive, except tonight. Hard boundary with a harmless friend. Until a heart react at 1 a.m. You'll want to solve the wobble by being more impressive. Don't. Ask for principle. If there's no principle, just weather, you've already read tomorrow's forecast. Stay right here. Next, I'll turn these signs into practical scenes and exact lines you can use. What to say when the phone flips face down at midnight, how to confront generous intimacy without starting a war, and the one sentence that sorts thrill seekers from builders in a week. Let's turn signs into scenes. Because theory doesn't protect your calendar, habits do. You're on the couch. Her phone lights up and flips face down at 12:11 a.m. You want to be the man who trusts, not the detective. So you swallow the feeling and stare at the TV. Don't outsource your clarity to hope. Say it low and plain. I like us reachable for each other and boring for everyone else. Phones on do not disturb after 10 unless it's urgent. Then stop talking. A builder says, "You're right, let's do that." A roster manager jokes, calls you controlling, or gives a speech about being secure while never closing a door. Believe reactions. You're not asking for surveillance. You're building a shared world. The generosity trap shows up right after tension. You named a mismatch between words and behavior. The weather changes, eyes soften, hands find yours, and the storm evaporates without repair. Your body reads relief as love. Name the pattern before it names you. I don't buy peace with intimacy. We repair in words and then come back to each other. Here's the small thing we need to align. Here's what I'll do differently. If closeness follows repair, you're in partnership. If closeness replaces repair, you're in a transaction, and customers pay. About that crowded orbit. You don't have to audit contacts or rank people you've never met. Ask for principle and watch for movement. No one from the past gets late-night access, and we introduce the key people who matter in our lives. If that sounds like a hassle, we want different lives. Builders simplify to make space for you. People who need the crowd will try to make you prove you're secure, while never closing a loop. When someone reads you perfectly on day 2 and you feel oddly off balance by day 10, test for steadiness. Say, I like how tuned in you are. Let's keep it warm and consistent, not high and low. If warmth stays when you hold your ground, you're safe. If warmth shows up only as a reward for compliance, you're being trained. You don't need fireworks to address it. You only need to stop performing. Stay with me 2 minutes, because this one sentence sorts thrill seekers from builders faster than any speech. I prefer slow and steady. 2 weeks with no sleepovers, phones on Do Not Disturb after 10, and repairs in words. Does that still feel good to you? Don't oversell it. Let silence sort for you. The right person exhales and says yes. The wrong one needs spikes and spectacle to stay interested. You're not rejecting passion. You're protecting meaning. Privacy is a love language. If graphic stories about the past are told like travel anecdotes and your chest tightens, speak like a man who respects himself and her. I'm not moralizing your history. I'm protecting our present. I want what we share to stay ours. Look for care, not debate. Care draws a circle with you. Debate turns your boundary into a courtroom and you into the defendant. Timelines tell truths, captions won't. Invite ordinary early, the grocery aisle, a plan that changes without drama, a quiet hour with both phones far away. Say, I want to see our quiet. Can we try a night with no show to put on? If ordinary can't happen now, extraordinary won't last later. Love that lives needs Tuesdays. Keep 3 standards that protect almost everything else and repeat them calmly until they become furniture. I don't use intimacy to cover ruptures. I keep our private life private. I draw clean lines around late-night access. Say them once with warmth. Live them twice without exceptions, and the right person will meet you there. The wrong one will try to renegotiate your terms without ever agreeing to them. Watch micro moments with strangers. The barista misses a detail. The host says, 15 minutes. A driver reroutes. Does she recruit an audience with an eye roll and a story, or can she flex between grace and firmness without theater? People planning to stay learn steady resolution because it's the only way a home stays warm. Dependency often arrives wearing your favorite compliment. You make me feel safe. You steady my day. Beautiful. Until your schedule belongs to soothing weather patterns you didn't create. Healthy love leans without hollowing. Test it with a small truth. I'm taking tonight for me. Reading, lifting, getting my head back. See you tomorrow. If the atmosphere turns stormy, you just learned what powered the sunshine. Attention that expands only when your autonomy shrinks isn't devotion. It's dependency in disguise. Curiosity beats suspicion. Suspicion interrogates and gets performance. Curiosity opens a door and waits. What makes you difficult to love when you're tired? What habit of yours ruins your own day if you let it? What would your best friend say is the hardest part of loving you? fresh answers with imperfect edges mean you're meeting a person in real time. Polished monologues mean you're watching a touring show. Your body keeps a quiet scorecard. Shoulders know when a room is safe. Breathing knows when rules keep moving. Chest pressure knows when the price of the night will be paid in the morning. Strength isn't powering through that data. It's staying soft while you keep your standards. I like you, and I won't live inside a fog. I'm available to love and unavailable to chaos at the same time. If you start seeing these patterns, you don't need to hold court or assign villains. Use small language and a clean choice. I'm looking for steadiness and quiet loyalty. I don't do open loops at midnight. I repair with words, not leverage. I keep a circle around our private life. If that matches you, I'm in. If not, I wish you a story that fits you better. The right person feels relief at that clarity. The wrong one will try to stretch you around a lifestyle and call the stretching love. Make room for grace. Not every late text hides a roster. Not every strong first date is a script. People are learning. So are you. The point of noticing isn't paranoia. It's shortening the distance between truth and decision. When that distance gets shorter, you protect the best parts of you, your attention, your optimism, your ability to love without losing yourself. Standards aren't walls. They're doors with clear hinges. They swing open for what fits and close gently for what doesn't. Imagine a different ending than the ones that drained you. A home where calm is normal and joy shows up without a crisis first. A partner who can sit under grocery store lights and still make you feel chosen. A phone you don't check because there's nothing inside it you're afraid to meet. That life isn't cinematic every day, but it's sustainable. And sustainability is the quiet superpower men discover when they stop trying to win chaos. If you've been the man who stayed too long, let this be the time you leave early for the right reasons. If you've been the man who fought to win volatility like it was a trophy, let this be the year you choose peace on purpose. If you've been the man who turned suspicion into a personality, let curiosity make you gentle again. You don't need to harden to be safe. You just need to be consistent. If any line here made something click, subscribe so you don't miss what's next, and share this with a friend who might be living inside one of these loops without realizing it. Tomorrow, at this same hour, I'm dropping a companion piece with 5 first-month boundaries. The exact sentences to say in the exact moments you'll face, so you can protect both of you without turning love into a contract. Your standards are not negotiable. Guard them like your future depends on it, because it does.